Well, welcome to episode 2 of the Potawatomi studio, and today we are honored to have the legend, the demon, Gene Simmons himself is in the house and is going to stop by and talk to us about what was in his mind when he came up with the concept of the Rock Brews Restaurant, and more so the journey that he's been on in Indian gaming. What has Gene taken from this journey, and what other advice do you have for life in general? Because that's who Gene is. He's a successful entrepreneur, businessman, musician, artist, performer, you name it. So we're super excited to bring him on and pick his brain and sit down like we do every day and have some classic conversations like we do. So keep it sunny and classy in San Diego, folks. For us to start our own studio, this is something we had never done before.
Great idea.
You know?
And no better person to lead the charge. Look how good looking you are on camera. Check it out. I mean, if I was gay, I would do you.
Oh, I'm gonna get my shirt
But that's
ready.
never going to happen.
That's why you get the rock legend.
You know, you're right. I feel better about myself even as you. Yeah, go ahead.
So, Gene, can I take you back to 1975?
1875.
Oh, hey, now you're talking about us. I
Okay.
like it. I like it. You're on the same plane, brother. See, I know we were two peas in a pod. So we go back to 1975 in Milwaukee, and I started, researching. And first off, to have the rock legend as one of our first ever broadcasts in Potawatomi studio, the demon, the legend himself is epic for us. So just know we are super excited and couldn't be more blessed to have you here today. But we started digging into Milwaukee, and we're like, well, Gene, we want to talk about Gene and Milwaukee and Rock and Brews. And we're like, this is the legend. This is Gene, man. Like, they kicked off Dressed to Kill in 1975.
Right. Yeah, we've been coming here before you were born.
It is
Probably
true.
have a few kids running around now that I think about it. Oh, in fact, they're calling me right now. So our history proudly goes back to, mid-'70s here in the Northwoods. And every time we've come here, there's a sense of community and family. And I don't mean to sugarcoat anything, but you really don't find that in big cities. If you walk down New York City, and it's got a lot going for it, and so does L.A., the glitz and the glamour and the stuff like that. But people, when they pass each other on the street, don't actually look. You may as well be invisible as you're passing by. And over here, people whose name you don't know and people who you've never met, they say, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. As if they've always been. There's that communal sense here. And when we met you folks here at Potawatomi, the culture, everybody just was welcoming. And we immediately said, this is something we should look into. Business comes after family and friendship. Business comes later. The last thing you want to do is to be in business with people you don't like. You're a powerful and attractive man. Anybody ever tell you that?
Gene, I'll take flattery all day long from the rock legend. So you've been so successful building your brand, and we as business operators look to emulate that, to stay relevant, to keep up with the times. And today's, you get 5 seconds. You get
everything's disposable. Everything's here, like sugar. It burns fast and goes away. The best thing is the word of mouth. If you go to see a movie you really like, what's the first thing you do? You immediately tell people you care about. I just saw a movie. You should go see this movie. That's the best kind of promotion there is. You can't buy more convincing time on television or in print. And that's what you guys are doing here, guys and gals. The experience of it. Yes, gaming is part of it. Yes, beautiful grounds. Yes, great entertainment. Yes, delicious food, new friendships, everything going for it. And the first thing people are going to do when they go back to wherever they came from, they're going to tell people they like. You should go check it out. That's what it's all about.
Well, Milwaukee, and that's not blowing smoke either. They love Kiss. They love Gene. We've had nothing but, accolades for bringing the restaurant to now, our second location. We have 2 now in West
Carter. I was just there yesterday.
I mean, it's amazing up north. You threw the largest rock concert in the history of Wisconsin, and you're still doing it. Still doing it.
They must have thought Snoop was working there. Just kidding. I know Snoop. He's a good guy.
Snoop was fun. So one last thing. I've watched you and I've been with you around our ceremonies, in the tribes, and watching you interact with the elders and the community leaders, and even, some of our national leaders on the stage. So your relationship with indigenous nations in the United States, talk to me about why that's important, and any moments that you share, because we've shared a couple moments together that have been
In a long car ride.
that's right, we did, and we
did.
we shared stories. I talked of some of the elder stories that were told to me that I passed down and shared with him, and
that's so important because the younger generation get hit with TikTok, schmicktalk, and all the sort of fast 15-second burn, sugar burn that goes away really fast. And it's important for the elders and the stories to be handed down generation to generation, because this casino, this environment didn't happen overnight. The elders had a dream, and once everybody agrees on the dream, the hard work begins, which is actually rolling up your sleeves, finding the funding, doing it the right place at the right time, at the right thing, and all that. Nothing's easy. If it was, by the way, everybody would be doing it. This Potawatomi site at Carter is a testament to the vision that the elders had that became true because the following generations listened and wanted to carry on the tradition and the legacy of the elders, and that's what makes Potawatomi great. But I will tell you, as a stranger, because most of the folks that are going to come to this site and in Carter are not members of the tribe, are not members of the nation, don't know very much about the culture, but as soon as they're welcome, they immediately feel connected, and the word Potawatomi travels because of that experience. And the stories therefore travel with that. If it was a negative experience, that would travel as well. In fact, it's much easier. Bad news travels fastest. Good news travels slow, and it's got to be ingrained in honesty, the experience of it. And so I think my hat's off to you. What you've done here is remarkable. Even look at this. This goddamn table in front of me is the highest quality you can't get. This is marble from where?
I would have to ask Jerome himself where
the quality of everything. Beautiful women, not that guy so much, but everybody else, attractive people, fantastic experiences. You could flirt with somebody, fall in love, and the rooms are just down the hall, aren't they?
Well, Gene, these moments that at least you and I have shared on stage in front of the elected tribal leadership, the chairman of the nation, and the elders, and for us as we grow up, we always dream that we're going to have moments like that, to be on stage with those who wanted those things for us, because the way that you said it is how it was told to us.
Yes. I firmly believe in that. Family is everything. What else do you live for? Last thing you want to do is to die alone, achieve all kinds of dreams, and have nobody to share it with. That's the loneliest, saddest experience. You've got to be able to hand it down to your progeny, your children, and have people understand, so they can point back and say, once upon a time, somebody worked hard by the sweat of thy brow. And that's what makes culture and legacy important. But I'm a stranger. I came in knowing very little about this, and through meeting the elders especially, and you, of course, and hearing the stories and the dreams and the hard work that went into this, and I saw just a little bit of it. I came here with Paul a few times as it was being built. And I want to tell you, I couldn't imagine what you've done with it, because I remember poured concrete, open spaces, and workmen working all the time. Well, what's this going to look like? And you couldn't imagine it. But you walk in, state-of-the-art technology, the best food, big wide open spaces, great-looking people. I mean, it's amazing what you've done. And that goes back to the elders, the dreams of the elders. It all started with them, and you have every right to be proud.
Well, thank you for that, and I can't tell you how true that is. As we were young and sat around the fireplace and listening to them say it, just like you said, that they wanted those things for us. So
something to carry on, because we're all just passing through. leaving something great for your children, your grandchildren, and all that. That's the highest form of humanity as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Gene, it's an honor to have you here today. You're, not just being a rock and roll legend, but the person you are, the heart that you have, the compassion that you share is contagious. It elevates us and everybody around us. So I'm honored to be here with you today. I'm excited to see you play tonight in Indian Country. Appreciate your partnership and what you do. And man, sky's the limit. That's a wrap.